We're in Nashville for the start of the Korn Ferry Tour Finals, and we're on the road to French Lick. Hello and welcome once again to the Road to French Lick, a show chronicling the Korn Ferry Tour. I'm Ryan Ballingy. On this week's show, Brendan Sweeney is down at the Simmons Bank Open in Nashville, Tennessee. He talked to several players. We'll hear from them as we get ready for the first event of the Korn Ferry Tour Finals, and we'll set the table for the entire series with Brendan down at the Vanderbilt Legends Club, which is the site of the first of 4 Korn Ferry Tour Finals events, the Simmons Bank Open, benefiting the Snedeker Foundation, just outside of Nashville in a suburb called Franklin, Tennessee. This tournament was reserved for the top 156 players in the points list at the end of the regular season, which was the Albertsons Boise Open, the 22nd event of 26 this season. After this week in Franklin, Tennessee, we will reduce the field for the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship out in Columbus, Ohio, to the top 144 players in the points list. However, with the way that the field shaped up for this week, the players who chose to not compete this week, the majority of them are already outside of that 144 range, leaving about a handful to a half dozen players who will be eliminated among those who are the 139 competing this week. We talked to a number of them. Brendan Sweeney did. He'll join us later in the show to set the table, not only for the finals, but also specifically for this week. Among the players that Brendan Sweeney talked to, let's first hear from Shad Tuten, who had a close call just a few years ago in the Korn Ferry Tour Championship when an unfortunate rule situation bumped him out of getting a PGA Tour card. Now he's looking to climb the ladder once again and get inside of that top 20. So let's hear from Shad Tuten.
Welcome to the Road to French Lick,
Thanks. Man. Yeah, it's been a fun year. Had my ups and downs, had my greats, had my interesting weeks. Had my second child this year. So
congratulations, boy or girl?
Another boy.
Name?
We've got 2 boys. His name's Bryce.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a tank. He's like 3 months and 18 pounds now, 17 pounds.
Bag of sugar.
Literally.
Are you you getting any sleep?
Oh yeah. We're getting plenty of sleep. He's been a dream compared to our first. That's another story for another time. But
I have 3. I know you're talking about. It's
yes, sir. But no, it's been fun.
Awesome. So this year has been pretty good.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I've had my runs for sure. I've definitely played well when I've needed to, and I'm playing my best golf of my life right now. So I'm looking forward to it.
How do you shift the gears during the playoffs? Now it's go time, right?
I'm in an interesting position because I'm 47th, so I'm basically going to be in to the last, like into the French Lick. So it gives me a little more freedom to be a little more aggressive in spots maybe I normally wouldn't be. So I haven't been in this position in a few years, so it's kind of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we look forward to seeing you exceed and excel. And
that's right.
We'll see you at the Lick coming up soon, man. If
Let's do it.
Just let us know.
Let's do it.
Good luck.
Love it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Next up is Kyle Westmoreland, who's already a winner this year on the Korn Ferry Tour. He won in South America in that swing to early portion of the year. He has since kind of struggled at times, but he still is in a great position to give himself a chance to get back to the PGA Tour on a full-time basis in 2026. So let's hear from Kyle Westmoreland.
How's your year been going so far? I mean, you had a nice little victory. And
Yeah, it was a good start. We're trending in the right direction. Had a little lull in the middle, but just super excited to be finishing off the year. The fall's, best time of the year, playoffs, awesome events, awesome tournaments, and we're just thankful to be here and try to go win.
How did the gears shift from the regular season now to the playoffs? Where
you kind of seen some trends, and you had a little time to work on. There's a nice 3-week break off, and so I think everyone's kind of revamped, rejuvenated. You've got 4 courses that are great, a couple of them that are pretty hard, so get to really test the skills. But we're excited to finish the season now. I think everyone's kind of the sprint to the finish, and things happen in these last 4 events that are finite, right? So like, you either get your card, you don't. You keep your card, you don't. Everyone's playing for something, so it's just an awesome time of the year.
Wish you the best of luck this week.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
We also checked in briefly with Blades Brown, the teenager who made his professional debut last year but has been playing the bulk of his tournaments this year on the Korn Ferry Tour. He didn't quite earn special temporary status through the course of the season, but he now finds himself right in the thick of things with a chance to earn a PGA Tour card, sitting on that bubble point to get into the Korn Ferry Tour Championship presented by United Leasing and Finance at the French Lick Resort, which would give him full status on the Korn Ferry Tour for next year. But he's shooting for more, shooting to get into that top 20 and be a full-time PGA Tour member in 2026. So let's hear from the teenager, Blades Brown.
Blades, you're here in the finals. What do you think so far?
I am so pumped. I'm playing a golf course I'm very familiar with. I got a lot of family coming out, and it's gonna be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it.
How was the learning curve this year? You're on the road.
Oh my gosh, if you took Blades Brown from a year ago from this exact today, you would not recognize him. I mean, I've learned so much just about travel. I've learned so much about my swing, my game, and that stuff to me is priceless because you wouldn't get that any other way if you hadn't been out here. So. I'm really looking forward to playing the Simmons Bank Open. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Awesome. So the finals, the playoffs, how you get to change up your gears at all?
I mean, obviously, it'd be nice to rattle off a few high finishes.
Yeah.
But I think one way that I'm gonna cope with that because obviously like a PGA Tour card's on the line, and that's always in the back of my head. But I'm just gonna focus on one shot at a time. Hit as many fairways, as many greens, try to make as many putts as I can, and then see where we are from there.
I wish you the best of luck. We look forward to seeing you in front.
Finally, let's check in with Patrick Covert. We played with him in the Pro-Am for the season opener out at Atlantis in the Bahamas. We had a great time playing golf with him, and we spoke with him in the initial show of the season. Now he finds himself in a somewhat precarious position as he tries to advance through at least the first two stages of the playoff and find a way through the finals to get into that Korn Ferry Tour Championship, get himself some guaranteed status for 2026, and see if he can't win an event that might give him an opportunity to get a PGA Tour card for 2026. Here's Patrick Covert.
The Alpha and Omega. We started off in the Bahamas with you.
Yes, sir.
A good little Pro-Am.
Yep.
Tell us about your year. What's going on?
It's been a little bit of a slow year, but luckily we got a couple more tournaments to go, and just going to try to finish off strong, try to make the French Lick.
How do you shift gears? I mean, because right now it's points are the king.
Yeah. I mean, this little 3-week break was really nice. Kind of like refresh, actually have some time to like work on things because I felt like I was figuring some stuff out. But when you're playing every single week, you just get in score mode. It was nice to have 3 weeks to really try to figure out some stuff and feeling good coming into here.
Yeah, you rest and recovery. How's your body feeling?
Yeah, good. It's some rest, but I mean, I practiced a lot, but I like practicing, so feeling good.
Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck. We'll see you down the road.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
French Lick, Indiana, our little corner of the world, has big things waiting. It's where legends were made, on the court and on the course. Walter Hagen, Colin Montgomery, Betsy Rawls, and Mickey Wright. It's where life is lived to the fullest, and where unexpected adventures are around every corner. Big things are waiting. Are you in? Visit FrenchLick.com and start your escape here in Indiana.
Brendan Sweeney joins me from the Simmons Bank Open at the Vanderbilt Legends Club. He's in Franklin, Tennessee. He's sitting on property. He's just talked to a ton of players yesterday and getting ready for a second day today. Brendan, what's kind of your sense of how players are preparing, how they're feeling about the start of the finals?
I'll tell you what, it's absolutely gorgeous out here at the Vanderbilt Legends Club in Franklin, Tennessee. The Simmons Bank, benefiting Brent Snedeker's foundation. Actually talked to him yesterday. He's getting ready to go meet the Ryder Cup team today out in Napa, California. And then he's got a busy couple weeks coming up. And then he becomes the president or the captain of the President's Cup, which will be held next year at Medina Country Club, my old stomping ground. So the vibe out here is pretty cool. Obviously, you have 4 guys that have their card right now, guaranteed, hashtag tour bound. So you have, I don't know, we were saying before, after these playoffs, you probably got about 13 guys, give or take, that will have their cards. So maybe like 7 guys like fighting for them. And I spoke to a couple of guys yesterday, like Sean Alexander, who's currently like in the low 40s. They're just full open governor. They have nothing to lose out here. It's just total hammer down. They're guaranteed their Korn Ferry card for next year. And the only thing they're fighting for is a chance to get on the PGA Tour. So, yeah, you look at some of the players that are looking to get into that top 120, which will get them through Columbus next week. They have to make the cut. Cut this week and next week is 65 and ties. Someone like Sam Bennett, who needs to get moving, Doc Redman, they're in a different mindset. They're really in the competitive mode of survival at this point for next year's status on Korn Ferry, and it's just going to get tougher.
Yeah, I would think there's different levels of pressure this week, like you mentioned. If you're kind of in that top 50, top 60 kind of range already, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. It's going to be kind of hard to lose enough spots to not be in the Tour Championship and have a spot guaranteed on the Korn Ferry Tour next year. You're kind of free. But if you're way down there and could be eliminated this week or next, then you've got a lot more to worry about right now. Like, just getting to cuts, just getting to the weekend, just playing through those top 65 and ties. This week, though, there's 156 players who were eligible, the top 156 in the standings. We got 139 in the end, so we got a bunch of guys with PGA Tour status who chose not to play for whatever reason, whether they thought they would get starts on the PGA Tour in the fall or access in some other fashion, whatever that was. So really, we're only going to lose 5 or 6 guys this week based on the actual play inside the ropes. Does that make it feel a little bit better for some of the guys who maybe are in that precarious position? They kind of get a freebie. They get a free final start where they know they're not going to be knocked out.
Well, you're coming off a 3-week, break in the action too. So a lot of these guys use that 3 weeks to practice and recover after being on the road for the past 22 weeks, grinding it out. So yeah, I would say, for those 5 or 6 guys that aren't going to make it, yeah, they have all the pressure in the world on them, but you got to figure out we'll know that by Friday night, because once they do that cut down to 65, it'll be pretty obvious who's not going to be here.
Yeah, barring some kind of miracle, unless one of those folks who's down toward the bottom gets through and gets into contention, they're going to be heading home for the season.
And they all have energy. They all have that extra gear. They're all competitors out here. This is the toughest. I think it's the toughest golf league out there. I mean, these guys are fighting for survival every day. Once you get on the PGA Tour, you get a little wiggle room, but out here, it's if you don't make it, you're done. So.
Yeah, I was talking to a couple of friends who kind of are golf folks the last couple of days, and just kind of giving them the lay of the land on the Korn Ferry Tour. The big money winner this year is going to get like $750,000. The kind of break even point. It's hard to do. I mean, it's not like the PGA Tour where you get into a signature event and last place is 50 G's. 50 grand is a great finish on the Korn Ferry Tour, and some people struggle to get to even that number over the course of the season. So this isn't just easy street on the way to the PGA Tour. Like you said, this is kind of fighting for your professional life every single week out there. Does that mean that these players then, with that break, because it's been a grinder through the summer, have some renewed energy this week, knowing that the end is near, but also knowing they've got this shot in front of them to go do something special?
Well, maybe on the flip side of that, maybe you have 3 weeks to think about, oh my God, if I don't do this, you start building pressure upon yourself on it. So yeah, I think there's spending time with your family. Obviously, a lot of these guys have young kids, and I spoke to a couple guys that that just had another baby and whatnot. So, Shad Tuten. So yeah, it's interesting to see the players out here. I got out here early this morning, and there were guys grinding underneath the lights at the range at 6:30. So yeah, the pressure's on, and next week we move on to Ohio State, to Scarlet Course at the Buckeye Land. So we'll be there for that too. But in the meantime, thanks for the time, Ryan, and we'll catch you down the road.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Brendan. That'll do it for us on this episode of The Road to French Lick. We appreciate you watching. Next Korn Ferry Tour event is the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship, played on the Scarlet Course at The Ohio State University in Columbus, Ohio. We'll have a show next week for that tournament with Brendan Sweeney heading out there, catching up with players after the first playoff event of the finals. For everyone at the French Lick Resort, I'm Ryan Ballingy. For Brendan Sweeney and everyone at Golf Newsnet, we'll see you next time on The Road to French Lick.
You've arrived at French Lick Resort, here in Indiana. 2 hotels you have to see to believe. Legendary Golf by Pete Dye and Donald Ross. Our little corner of the world is like nowhere else. Your French Lick getaway starts now. at FrenchLick.com.